welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, I do want to start off by thanking EENOUR for sending me this auto tumbler press. Now, what is the difference between this and a standard press? This one will turn your tumbler for you. So I have used the EENOUR standard tumbler press that has the lever. That's the one that I've been using for well over a year now, I believe. So they did send me this auto tumbler press, which essentially does the same thing. The biggest difference is going to be it's auto. So once you press the start button, it auto closes. And then, you know, with tumblers, you have to do a 180 spin. Once it's done with its first press, it opens by itself. It turns the tumbler by itself 180 degrees, and then it closes back and it does the second press, all without you not having to stand over it and do it, you know, turn it yourself like you would in a normal tumbler press. So that's the biggest difference. So this is what we are going to be doing today, guys. We're going to be using this press. I'm going to unbox it, show you how to use it. I did press a silver glitter tumbler as well as a coffee mug. Everything that I am using in today's tutorial will be linked down in the description box. So if you are interested in this press, the sublimation printer, ink, paper, coffee mug, tumbler, whatever, it will all be linked down below for you. So definitely make sure you are checking the description box. But this is what we're doing today, guys. So definitely go ahead and stick around for that. Alright guys, so I do have my print already printed out here. I printed this from Silhouette Studio, and then this is for the tumbler, this is for the coffee mug, and I printed, this is 11 by 17 sheet of paper, and I printed from my Epson Eco Tank 8550, which is converted. Okay, so we're gonna trim that in 1 second, but I need to get my auto press turned on here. So I have it plugged in already. So the turn on switch is over here. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And we need to set it. So it looks like it was already set to... So the first one is at 360 for 60 seconds. Number 2 is 390 for 120. Number 3 is 370 for 60 seconds. And the fourth one is 390 for 300 seconds. I think I'm going to go with, for the tumbler, I'm going to go with the number 1, which is 360 at 60 seconds. Now, while it's warming up, you do have to place a tumbler in there. It just keeps the longevity of the machine. So I'm going to heat that up with the tumbler in there, and then while that's preheating, we're going to go ahead and get our images trimmed and our blanks wrapped. So the blanks that I have here, I believe I did get from Amazon. I will make sure that I leave a link for both down below. The coffee mug is, it has a black handle and the black inside. And then the coffee mug, the tumbler is silver glitter. It's silver glitter, which is sublimation ready. So definitely make sure that you are checking the description box for all materials, including, like, I'll leave my printer, my ink, my paper, everything I'm using. I'll try to remember to link this paper trimmer. I know a lot of people ask me about it and I always forget. But I will try to remember to link this as well. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and wrap my tumbler here. I just kind of put my image down, place my tumbler right on top, and then I make sure that the design will be on either side, kind of evenly on either side. And then I'm going to place a piece of tape in between here, making sure it's nice and tight. And then I'm going to place another piece kind of at the bottom of each, on each side. I just want to make sure it is nice and secure. And we do have a little overlappage. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to kind of trim that a little bit. Because I don't want to fold it over. I'm just going to kind of trim around the bottom. So that when we place it into our press, the mug doesn't, like the paper doesn't shift. I don't want the paper to shift. There we go. And then I'm going to place a piece of tape on the top part as well, just to make sure it is nice and secure. On the edges, because I don't want any lifting and I don't want any ghosting. And that's it for the coffee mugs. Coffee mugs are pretty easy to wrap. It's the sublimation tumblers that get a little tricky, especially when you're doing an image like this. You guys, this is a really, I think this is going to be so pretty, but I picked it on purpose. I want this color to really, really pop. So with that being said, I have to make sure I wrap it properly. Okay, so I just placed, actually first I need to do, and I forgot, you guys, I forgot to leave my white lip. I cut edge to edge. Normally I leave a little bit of a white lip on one side, but I forgot to do it this time. That's okay. We're just going to do it anyway. But what I do is I put a piece of tape, because I'm an overlapper. So there's some people who will bring the edges of the pieces of paper, the piece of paper together just to get them to touch and close. And then there's some people who overlap. I definitely bring, I overlap my edges. And I'll show you exactly what I mean in 1 second. I'm gonna cut off the excess. Okay, so I put a piece of tape on the back of one of the sides so that when I go to overlap it, and what I mean by that is bringing the edges together, I overlap this side on top of this side. Instead of just bringing them together, I overlap them. And you know what? I don't think my paper is big enough. Oh, you know what? Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, it is. It's big enough. So I bring my edges together. I overlap this side onto the side where I just applied the tape. The reason that I apply the tape is because sometimes if you overlap your edges like that, you can create ghosting because the edges are overlapped. So to avoid getting the ghosting, that's why I put that piece of tape there. Any bleeding that you might get will bleed onto the tape instead of onto the paper, and then it goes through the paper onto your tumbler. It looks like we're up to temperature now, so let me hurry up. And then what I do is I just pull this tight and bring it around. Pulling it tight, bringing it around. Pulling it tight, bringing it around. I cut a slit on either side so that we can go ahead and push it down. And I'm making sure it's down, you know, I'm applying pressure, and as I'm, you know, kind of pushing it inside of the cup, because you don't want any white spots up here. And then I'm going to do the exact same for the bottom. Pull it tight, bring it around. Pull it tight, bring it around. Pull it tight, bring it around. And then I cut 2 slits and fold it over. Now because the bottom is glitter, it's going to be a little bit harder for this tape to stick. So I'm probably going to put a piece of tape going across the bottom, because as you can see, the tape doesn't want to stick. So to offset that, I'm going to take a piece of tape from one side to the other. And then I'll do the same thing for the other one. Put a piece of tape here and bring it to the other side. And that's just to kind of help offset it, because the bottom is glitter, so the tape doesn't want to stick down. Okay? But that is how I wrap my tumblers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this in. I'm going to take this one out. And then we're going to put this one in. Now this is an auto rotate. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to press start. And as you can see, it's closing. And it's going to go for 60 seconds. Once it's done with the 60 seconds, it's going to open up. It's going to auto turn 180 degrees. And then it's going to press it a second time. And I'll definitely make sure I zoom in and let you all see that. Alright guys, so this is finished here, this tumbler. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out. I'm not going to wrap this unwrap it. I'm not going to unwrap it immediately because it's hot and I don't want to create any ghosting. But hopefully you can see that we can see the ink through the paper. That's a good thing. That lets us know that the sublimation process took. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this to number 4, which is 390 degrees for 300 seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and put my coffee mug in there. And I'm going to press start. Alright, I'm going to let this go ahead and do its thing. I'm also going to let this cool down for a couple of minutes. I will come back and we'll unwrap both of them together. Okay guys, so my tumbler just got done. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. And this is what it's super hot. So obviously I'm going to put this off to the side. And we're going to go ahead and unwrap our tumbler first, while we wait for that to cool off. Oh, I'm going to turn this off too, so it's not just sitting there. But obviously for the coffee mug, it's not going to do the auto rotate because it has the handle on it, so it doesn't need to do an auto rotate for the coffee mug. I'm hoping this came out really good. These colors, the colors were popping on the paper before I even wrapped it, so I'm really hoping this came out good. With tumblers, you never know. I think I got my wrap method down pretty good, but you know, every now and then, you never know. I can't get this piece of tape off. Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh. That looks... Oh man, I got a little bit of tape residue right here, but that's okay, it'll wipe off. That looks so good. Oh my gosh. Can y'all see that? Hold on. Come on, camera, focus. There it goes. This is the silver. This is the silver glitter tumbler. Here's my seam. This white right here is a little bit of tape residue. A little bit right there too. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. That's where the seam is right here. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. I love this. Sorry guys, I still have a cough. Like maybe a month ago I had the flu, and I've just kind of had this lingering cough ever since. And it's really like noticeable when I talk. Like if I talk for a long time, it's like my throat gets irritated and it makes me cough. this is the tumbler. We did, it's still really hot. I did 390 degrees for, I actually stopped it a little early. I was getting a little nervous. I was scared it was gonna burn, but I did 240 seconds is when I stopped it. It was set for 300 seconds, but I stopped it at 240. Oh, and oh my gosh, that looks good too. OMG. It's still a little hot. Look. I love sublimation and sublimation colors, but look how good that looks. Oh, I need my gloves. It's still a little hot. Alright guys, sorry about that. My camera overheated, but that is pretty much all we have for this video. This is the EENOUR auto tumbler. As you saw that it rotated, it did the auto rotate for the tumbler, but it is still able to do coffee mugs as well. I will leave a link for everything that I used in this video down below, including the tumbler press, so definitely make sure that you check there first prior to, you know, asking what did you use. Everything will be linked down below, but these, even the tumbler and the coffee mugs as well, will be linked down below as well. But that's all I have for this video, guys. I absolutely love this. This was the silver glitter, if you didn't see it in the beginning, but this is it's a silver glitter sublimation ready tumbler. But everything will be linked down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time. Bye guys.